There is no hunting like the hunting of man, and those who have hunted armed men long enough and liked it never care for anything else thereafter. There is no lonelier man in death, except the suicide, than that man who has lived many years with a good wife and then outlived her. If two people love each other, there can be no happy end to it. I love sleep. My life has the tendency to fall apart when I'm awake. You know. There is nothing to writing. All you do is sit down at a typewriter and bleed. The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. I like to listen. I have learned a great deal from listening carefully. Most people never listen. The world is a fine place and worth the fighting for, and I hate very much to leave it. Never think that war, no matter how necessary, nor how justified, is not a crime. Madame, all stories, if continued far enough, end in death, and he is no true storyteller who would keep that from you. You are lucky enough to have lived in Paris as a young man. Then wherever you go for the rest of your life, it stays with you. For Paris is a movable feast. I learned never to empty the well of my writing, but always to stop when there was still something there in the deep part of the well, and let it refill at night from the springs that fed it. About morals, I know only that what is moral is what you feel good after, and what is immoral is what you feel bad after. When you have shot one bird flying, you have shot all birds flying. They are all different, and they fly in different ways, but the sensation is the same, and the last one is as good as the first. I wake up in the morning and my mind starts making sentences, and I have to get rid of them, fast talk them, or write them down. To be a successful father, there's one absolute rule. When you have a kid, don't look at it for the first 2 years. My aim is to put down on paper what I see and what I feel in the best and simplest way. For a true writer, each book should be a new beginning where he tries again for something that is beyond attainment. He should always try for something that has never been done or that others have tried and failed. Then sometimes, with great luck, he will succeed. Always do sober what you said you do drunk. That will teach you to keep your mouth shut. When you go to war as a boy, you have a great illusion of immortality. Other people get killed, not you. Then, when you are badly wounded the first time, you lose that illusion, and you know it can happen to you. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow men. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. The first panacea for a mismanaged nation is inflation of the currency. The second is war. Both bring a temporary prosperity. Both bring a permanent ruin. But both are the refuge of political and economic opportunists. Every man's life ends the same way. It is only the details of how he lived and how he died that distinguish one man from another. What is moral is what you feel good after, and what is immoral is what you feel bad after. If you have a success, you have it for the wrong reasons. If you become popular, it is always because of the worst aspects of your work. The only thing that could spoil a day was people. People were always the limiters of happiness, except for the very few that were as good as spring itself.